Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Giusi, and I'm an intuitive healer, holistic practitioner, and I talk about healing topics as well as my journey with navigating the world as an autistic person. So, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for being here. Thanks for everyone for supporting and liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. I've been getting a lot of engagement on some particular topics, which is why I'm kind of making a segue into this video, which someone made a comment about something on my last video about how, I'm kind of sick and tired of, you know, being in this, world that punishes, seems to punish like people who are neurodivergent or autistic, and we're going along and it just is not cut out for us, and all the systems and things like that. So this is segueing into that. But anyways, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you once again for being here. I truly appreciate it. And, liking and subscribing, or just even just liking without subscribing, really supports my channel. So thank you. I do appreciate it. Okay, so today's topic is about autistic people and following rules and how we like it so much and why that's important. And it's a segue from my last video about not fitting in, and also kind of about like um, other videos I've touched upon this topic about how we seem to abide by these rules, what nobody else does, and what the heck. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Okay, so someone made a comment about how autistic people seem to follow the rules that don't apply to neurotypical people. And I did talk about this in my last video, but I've talked about it in other videos. And this video is just specifically about that and how we do like to follow rules because they make sense, they make things efficient, they make things work safely, and just, you know, it, it allows things to be proper, and, all that stuff that's very important to make everything work efficiently and fairly and all those things. So here's the thing that I've noticed, and I was telling my partner about this because these two examples for me are very evident, like in two places: in the workplace, and I mean it's evident everywhere, but in the workplace and when I'm driving seems to be where I've noticed it most, and where it kind of like really grinds my gears, I guess you can say. So I was telling my partner, who's also autistic, about how driving is a perfect analogy, because there's like the rules of the road that you should be following in order to, everyone to for everything to go smoothly and drive smoothly, safely, and all that. And I drive, and you know you leave spaces behind cars, you don't weave through traffic. When you're pulling out of um, a parking lot, you have to wait till there's space to do that. You don't just pull out in front of people and things like that. These are just a couple of examples. There's many of them. If you drive as well, you'll know what I'm talking about. And so I told him being autistic is like me driving on the road and following all the rules, and other people, neurotypical people, just doing whatever the hell they want on the road and just cutting people off, weaving through traffic, and following too close, pulling out whenever they want, not caring about how it affects people like on main roads, and just et cetera, et cetera. And so I find that like I really struggle with these types of things because those types of rules are um, important rules. I like to think of different rules as important and not important. And so there's some rules that, are meant to be broken, and or that are ridiculous, and that you can't put the same like restrictions on a whole entire population for different things. When it comes to things like this, just as like basic driving and, having to work and have tasks done and things like that, like I just think that some rules and regulations make sense, and to keep people like, you know, in order in terms of like, and when I say order and control are two different things. In order means because we want things to be efficiently, we want them to be efficient and run smoothly and safely and things like that. Those make sense. Rules to control people do not make sense to me. No, 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 No interest in those types of rules. Okay, to keep people in line and all those types of things, none of that. Don't care about those. I think that they just are, that's another topic for another time. But I find it interesting that as an autistic person, I love rules. And, as someone stated in my other video, because I'm Virgo, Virgo is the most notorious sign for wanting things in order and things. And I always say that Virgo tends to be like, if we had to pick the zodiac sign that is the most autistic of all. I'm not saying that zodiac signs because you're zodiac sign, you're autistic, by the way. I just need to clarify that. But yeah, just like how people say like that cats are the most autistic animal. But it's not because I'm a Virgo. It's just because I like things like to make sense and to be safe and efficient and in this orderly fashion to make things run more smoothly and et cetera, et cetera. And so when you have these rules in place, like I'm just going to use driving as an example right now because it's just the most easy one to explain. So you have all these rules in place so that we can all safely drive and not harm other people and also ensure that we get from point A to B safely and efficiently so that we can quickly get there without causing traffic and accidents. And so they make sense. And we do these things to be like safe, to not pull your car out in front of someone else, etc. And yet people like just do whatever the hell they want and drive all willy-nilly like in traffic all the time. And it's such a weird thing to me because those people never get like stopped by the cops. They never get pulled over and things like that. Every time you see someone driving recklessly or weaving through traffic or all of a sudden causing like disruption and just terrorizing other people and tailgating them, just so many different things. Like you never see the cops like pulling over those people, like never. It's like, but it's like, and then you get pulled over for the most like banal thing ever, and it's just like what? And so it's upsetting because it's like you you just get like these, you get reprimanded for the minute you accidentally like barely cross over that line. You get that slap, sorry, on the wrist, and then people just kind of go do whatever they want, and nothing happens to them. And this was true for me, like at work too, when I worked, especially at at any job, I'd say when you work with other people and coworkers, the people who did no work and just kind of did whatever they wanted and didn't know, like they literally did things wrong or they just like slacked off or insert whatever you want there, had like poor attitude. Those people just got away with doing whatever they wanted to. And the people who, like myself, who were working hard and doing things exactly I'm supposed to be doing it, I would be like always spoken to about things. And it was just like such a weird thing. And I didn't realize until now. And I have like knowing that other people, like autistic people, have like the same shared experience as me in their workplaces and stuff like that. Like I just never realized that it was just kind of directly about me, that it was me who was the problem. It was, and I don't mean that I was a problem. I wasn't a problem. I was definitely like one of the best workers, but because I was a different or whatever, and who knows, honestly, um, it was like this thing where I just was like a target a lot of times, and it was just like really frustrating because I was really like confused all the time because I didn't know how that I would be always like pulled aside and spoken to more than I should have been. And the people who were doing nothing and slacking off and just being terrible people and terrible workers and all this stuff, like just got off scot free. They can just do whatever they want. Like those people driving all willy nilly in the road. Like I didn't understand how come those people got to do whatever they wanted. And so this is what I mean about like how autistic people follow the rules. So there's a guidebook, a rule book for all these things in our lives and different like sections in our lives, and we follow those rules and the guidelines of how we should be doing A and B or C or doing all these things, and we follow it and we work so hard and are usually masking and using more spoons than needed to do these things. And somehow we're the ones who always get like the short end of the stick, or reprimanded or scolded or something, or it's not good enough for, you know, whoever. It's not good enough. And yet other people, and I don't want to say it's like a neurotypical thing because I don't really know, but the other people who are not like they just kind of get away with just doing it whatever they want and not caring about other people. And that's a big one because as an autistic person, me caring about other people and how I affect other people outside of my own bubble, how I, you know, my impact on those things is like really important to me. Like, my level of empathy, compassion, and kindness and stuff like that really extends out there. I worry about like everything around me, and I'm sure that like partial, partial that partially stems from like growing up, in like an environment with like a narcissistic parent and having to kind of like buffer or uh, tiptoe and walk in eggshells around other people's big personalities and ensure that everything's around me is okay. But I don't think that it's entirely just because of that. I also think it's because of like the way my brain works and that I'm always looking at everything around me. Like one of the examples I gave when we were driving was that, as a person who's driving, because I'm so attentive and can see everything happening, and this isn't just with driving, this happens in everywhere in our lives, in all areas of our lives, which is why we have sensory overwhelm. And one of those things is like that we notice everything around us, even when we're like eating in a restaurant. Sometimes it can be hard for us because we can hear the clanking of the pots in the kitchen, like in the back kitchen. We can hear the plates and cutlery and things on the tables. We can hear the music and people chit chatting everywhere. And so, with all those like conflicting sounds, everything we can hear, maybe like the fan and the vents and things and outside noise, like all of every single tiny thing we can hear at the same moment in time. And so, it's overwhelming. And so, that can be a sensory overwhelm. So, when I'm driving, I notice everything as well. So, I notice that when I'm driving, that person is going to be pulling out from the lane over there. So I know not to speed up and to leave space because I know that he's going to be pulling up. I can notice that that person's going to do that because I'm just noticing everything at the same time. This is like a huge part of the reason why I like to put loud music while I'm driving because it helps me to not be overwhelmed with the sensory. And I know that sounds like contradictory because we don't like loud sounds. However, as you've already like if you've already seen my old videos, that sometimes like loud music from especially loud music that you like is a stim for autistic people. That this is why we don't like loud sounds, we don't like any sounds or anything. Yet we can blast our favorite music. We can put it really loud. And so putting my favorite music loud is a stim for me. And so this helps me to drive when I feel extra anxious and stuff like that. I will put on loud music of something that gets me like, my like something more upbeat or something like that because that is actually what I need to get me through driving when it's more stressful. But back to the point, I find it infuriating. I find it frustrating. I find it absolutely messed up, for lack of a more obscene phrase that I want to say. But I just want to say, like, I find it all of that for us to be like living there. And you say that like, oh, we like the rules. We're so rigid with rules, but I don't think it's rigidity there. I think it's just like practicality and logical, like to be doing that to ensure that things are being in that order and to allow yourself to have that kind of structure so things can run more like smoothly, etc., and safely. However, I hate that these guidelines exist and yet I feel like I'm the only one who's ever following them. And then everybody else who's not following them just skates through life okay, and nobody cares, and then yet I'm the one who gets like penalized constantly the second I step out of line, or sometimes when I'm not even stepping out of line I just get like the axe, like the penalized like thing. It's always like me getting like in crap for something, and it's like it's just so mind blowing and I don't understand it. And sometimes I think it's on purpose, and maybe that's just me being like whatever and delusional in my own But it's just so hard to not think that sometimes because I don't understand how we can exist like this. It doesn't make any sense to me. And so I'm curious what you feel about this and what your own experience has been about this because, we really like to follow the rules, like those types of rules, because it ensures that things are running smoothly, like I said. And I don't understand how we seem to have, there's this guidebook, but it's like suggested. It feels like it's just suggested rules because everyone's kind of doing whatever the heck they want. And yet you're over here following all the rules and you're the one who seems to get crapped on all the time. So, anyways, share in the comments if this has been your experience or if you have anything that you want to add to that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. And also, we're really close to the 900 mark, and thank you so much. And then that 1,000 is coming right up. So thank you for everyone who's been supporting and liking and subscribing. I have lots of new subscribers, so thank you for being here. And if there's anything you ever want me to talk about, feel free to leave it in the comments because I always read the comments. Okay, even though I don't have always time to respond to everyone, I do read all the comments. So thanks for being here and take care of each other. I'm gonna go join my partner outside in the deck because we are finally out of the heat wave, and we've had a really bad heat wave for over a week. And as a result of that, we've had like thunderstorms continuously. So it's a nice day today. So we're gonna chill, relax today, and that is it. Well, until the England game. If you have been following football at all, my team, which is Italy, did not even make it to the World Cup. So, and Canada just got eliminated yesterday. So we're going for England, obviously, because my partner is from England, and so they're playing later with Mexico, against Mexico, not with them. So if you follow any of this stuff, I used to play football, or we call it here soccer. I played it for over 10 years myself because it's the only sport that I really like to play, except when I injured my ankle badly and I wasn't able to play anymore after that. So I do enjoy it, and yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. But thank you for being here, and to everyone who's new, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you, and for everyone who is, going through this journey and struggling and all that. I just want to say that I see you, and you're not alone in this, and we will find a new way because this is ridiculous. Like we need to figure something out because this is not it. Okay. Anyways, you take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and that's all. See you later. Bye.